The new construction homes are absolutely crap. I mean, you have the flooring all messed up already, the electric sometimes don't work, and most importantly, the supporting beams are just falling apart on the spot. In this video, you're gonna see some outrageous homes that are being newly built that go over $300,000, $400,000 that are absolute crap, and they're about to fall apart, it seems, anytime. Keep watching.
Done it at all to the concrete base. Now we can also admire the fact that they installed the hanger the exact same way on the other end of the deck, but more importantly, let's take a second on this Friday and we'll have a moment of silence for this drainage that has been buried by the contractor that did the grate. Hats off to you, my friend. Keep doing you. That's good work. Well, it's new construction. Like, at this point, what can we really expect? Happy Friday.
Okay, yes, I'm not even going to argue this. Hear me out. As someone who just recently purchased new construction and is in the business as a real estate agent, it is so important that you not only have a real estate agent that is there to fight for you, but that you also have a building inspector who's there to do the things they need to do. There are parts of my house that are all jacked up, right? And I can explain that in a total later detail, but the biggest thing and the most important thing is having an inspector who is not only going to check pre-drywall, post-drywall, before your final walkthrough, after the builder has said they're going to fix everything after your final walkthrough. It's really important. In our house, the biggest thing that we caught due to having an inspector was a structural truss in the roof was missing a plate that it needed. Sounds simple enough, but years from now that would have failed and it would have been a big deal. So I'm telling you, houses are made by humans. Humans are infallible. Make sure that you have the proper people in place to help you.
Does anybody that has a house made by DSLD have issues with their flooring? I know they all use different contractors and stuff like that, but we've lived in this house for 4 years and we've had to have the flooring replaced once already, and it's doing the same thing again, and they basically said there's nothing they can do for us. Anyway, and I find it very frustrating because, like, we paid a lot of money for this house. The floor shouldn't be messed up just from daily use. Like, the floor is bubbling up. We have the LVP flooring. I just feel like something needs to be done. I'm gonna show you. Hold on. Okay, so ignore my floor, my dirty floor. I have kids, but this is the worst of where it's at. See? Like, it shouldn't be doing this after 2 years. Anyway, it shouldn't be doing this.
Now, I can't tell you who the builder is, but the state did find this builder to be in violation of Arizona law or Arizona state standards. But it does appear that a certain ROC investigator is still somewhat trying to protect the builder, according to my opinion. And I'm going to show you the information of how I came to that conclusion.
Okay, this is a job site inspection. Who are you?
Jesus Christ. That's Jason Bourne.
Now, that person asking me my name, that's Investigator Todd, and he's at the home with the builder super, Eric. And let's go through everything.
Well, the builder has never come out to address the insulation, so it's going to be the same. It's about 4 inches, and it has to be 8.3 after settling.
Well, let's just dot all I's and cross all our T's. I'll just give you my phone and have you go
Yep,
get those photos.
I'll do that.
There you go.
Okay, I'll be really quick. Well, to me, it looks like Todd falsified his report because he said it wasn't verified even though I went up in the attic and took pictures for him. 2, he said the builder had already corrected it. If that's the case, then why isn't it corrected? 3, the homeowner explained to Todd that no one checked the insulation after the builder said they fixed it, including Todd himself.
No one had inspected it since the builder had claimed that it was done correctly, and then once we had the inspection by side, we were able to see that it wasn't fully completed. But like I said, we never had anyone check that. I don't believe you went up there either.
And the Arizona Supreme Court even said a homeowner cannot waive their right to that warranty. So the insulation is still covered. They have to fix it. Prove me wrong. Now this one blew my mind the most. I can't believe investigator Todd thought it was okay for the builder to glue broken tiles on top of broken tiles as an appropriate repair. In what world is that reality? He's also claiming the broken tiles are only warranted for 10 days, even though, just like roof tiles, it does show that floor tiles are warranted for 2 years. Now I will have to make another video to go over the other issues because this is all that's going to fit in a 3-minute clip. So what do you think? Is investigator Todd following Arizona standards, Arizona law? Is he protecting the public like he's supposed to? Or is he protecting someone else?
All right, so take a look at this house with me and let's see what $1.3 million will buy us these days. Well. All right, so that's water coming in from the roofing system. Components above us. It's draining down that back wall, and it seems like a lot. Let's see if it's wet. And it's wet. Mint. Looks like that 2x4 is just a bit short there. All right, and here's some rafters that are spliced, just mid-span with no support. Yep. And to be honest, I don't know what's going on here. It looks like a DIY play set in somebody's backyard, but gap. Measure once, cut twice. Oops, missing a hanger. And some daylight there at the back door. We got another gap. But an easy fix. You just shim that up and you're good to go. All right, so I passed the homeowner on the way out this morning, and they said, we just spent all day yesterday cleaning up and getting ready for this inspection. I hope everything looks okay. I asked if they gave it a hot spit shine. They didn't know what I was talking about. So I thanked them and started the inspection. Now, after seeing this shower, I want my thank you back.
Yeah.
I mean, where's the fire at? I mean, these homeowners, they stand on business. I'll tell you, you tighten up those little clamps right there, and that could make the problem worse, and they knew that. And so what they did is they put a bounty sheet, a little paper towel underneath that leak. I'll tell you, that's going to hold it off, at least until after the house sells. I mean, that's not going to work. I can tell you right now, that's not going to work.
Out and let me know what grade you would give this newly built $494,000 home. Gonna check out the dishwasher. That's very loose. And this just goes to show, just because you pay more doesn't mean things are going to be done right. Gonna run and test the garbage disposal. Seems to be frozen. Here at the countertop, you see they need to come back over and seal this. Here at one of the door frames, you see they need to come seal all this up right here. A couple of things going on here in the shower. You see they need to come regrout here and right here. And where the tile goes up and ends, it's supposed to be sealed all back here. And you see they didn't do that. It's not too much above the shower head, so water would definitely get back in there and cause some damage to that wall. Here at the bottom of the baseboard, at the floor, they left that open. We got this sealed off, but they left that open. In one of the door frames, this seems to look fine, but if you look closer, they need to come seal this up right in there. You can run, but you can't hide. While inspecting the stairs and the handrails here, this right here in particular, you see it moves quite a bit. And because that's quite a ways down, I think they should secure this a little bit better than what it is. It's definitely better to be safe than sorry. Here in the bathroom on the upper level of the home, you see they need to come regrout that right there. And again, they missed sealing the top of the tile right there. Guess you can give them an A for consistency. Out here in the garage, the stripping they got for the door, and they need to come back out and redo that. And here we have some backboard splash blocks. And here at the foundation, this isn't very common in new builds, but you can see this is called a corner pop, and that's already starting to develop. Out here, one of the windows, you need to come seal that up a little better.
Hey, real estate agent, I get this question a lot. Should I buy a new construction home or a pre-owned home? These are the pros and cons to each one. When you decide to purchase a new construction house, everything is brand new. The first pro is that most of your home will be under warranty. This is plumbing, HVAC, your roof, your foundation, the structure, and so on. And all of these items to repair out of pocket, minimum $10,000 plus. So that's gonna be pro number one. Pro number two, with how interest rates are right now, they're about 7%. Most of these new construction home builders are buying down interest rates to as low as 4.5%. So you're gonna save a lot of money on interest. And they're covering all of your closing costs. So for the most part, to unlock those interest rates, you do need to come out of pocket with the down payment. However, they are covering your closing costs. The cons of new construction is that you're gonna get less square footage for the price that you're paying on the home. You also cannot use your own mortgage company if you want all of the builder's incentives, such as the low interest rates. Also, if you decide to sell your home the year later, or maybe even 2 years after, and that home builder is still building in your community, it's gonna be very tough for you to even break even or even make a profit on that house. Now let's talk about the pros of pre-owned homes. You're always gonna get more square footage for the price. So you can be looking at a new construction home for $350,000, and you can be looking at a pre-owned home for $350,000, and you'll always get more square footage going pre-owned. Another pro is that you're gonna be in a more established community, so you're gonna have an idea of what your neighbors are like. You're gonna have a feel for the community. You can also get all of your closing costs covered by the seller. You can also buy home warranty and make the seller pay for it. So it's kind of the same as new construction. The only cons, in my opinion, as a real estate professional are these interest rates. So if you can perhaps get a credit from the seller to ultimately buy down your interest rate to make your payment more comfortable, it is always going to be a win. And also a con is that you may have to put some work into it. You may have to put maybe 2K, 3K, 5K into the home just to make it a little bit more modern. For example, you may need a new paint job. You may need to touch up the cabinets or maybe even the restrooms. However, the benefit to doing that is that you are gonna walk into straight equity. Just because right now pre-owned homes are on a discount. Pre-owned homes are literally begging for home buyers like you to come in, submit a lowball offer, ask for closing costs, because right now the market is literally at a standstill in the pre-owned market. So this is going to be the main difference between new construction and pre-owned. So do as you will with this information. And if you need a real estate professional to guide you through the home buying process, you can kindly send us a DM with the word home and we'll take care of you.
Can we talk about new construction homes real quick? I really have an unpopular opinion about this. I know there are a lot of people that are buying homes right now and they feel like new construction is like the best option because it's like modern, it's up to date. But one thing that they're not telling you is that they built the house in like 60 days. So it's probably not insulated correctly. And number two, if the area over there is being re-gentrified, your property tax are going to continue to go up and down. The reason that this is because if they build like a Walmart or school, other homes and other price points, that's going to drive your property tax up. I often get on this app and so many people are crying about this and they're saying that they don't know and things of that nature. And so that usually what always happens in a new construction area. So just my thoughts, get a home that has good bones, that you can add your own personality and style to instead of it just being super cookie cutter. Let me know your thoughts.
New builds suck, and I'm going to explain why. My name's Ian. I'm your local Texas lender. New builds right now, the builders are working their tails off to get you in the door. 4.99% rate, 20,000 in buy down, 20,000 in this, giving you everything under the sun. But what they're not giving you is the ability to sell your house in a timely manner if you need to. People move every 5 years on average. So if you're in phase one of a new build and you know that there are 5 phases and those phases could take years to finish out, and then you need to sell your house for whatever reason, that 4.99% rate is not doing you any favors at that point, because you got in the door with a low rate and incentives and everything else. How are you going to sell your house when the builder is outselling you? You want to look for cities that are already done being built out. Not a whole lot of new builds are happening within them. Now, if you're going to buy a new build, you need to stay there or expect to stay there for at least 7 to 10 years. Because I just heard a story today about a guy who bought his new build in 2017 and the builder is still building and they are undercutting him by $50,000 on what he can sell his house for. He's kind of trapped. New builds right now are for the birds. When something is advertised this heavily and they're giving you every discount under the sun, just remember, there's no such thing as a free lunch. My name's Ian, and I'm your local Texas lender.
Hey, yo, do not buy a newly constructed house, man. I'm telling you right fucking now. Worst mistake of my motherfucking life, man. We bought this home 2 years ago and have already spent $7,500 worth of fucking plumbing repair, electrical repair. Shit is fucking flooding. But the way they sell these shits is so smooth. These shits be looking so beautiful. All bright, big fucking windows, 2-door garage, fucking his and her sinks and marble top in the kitchen and all of this shit. I'm telling you, these newly constructed homes that they're selling, they're probably building them with $60,000 and selling these shits for upward $300,000, yo. Worst mistake of my motherfucking life. If you're in the market for a new home, stay away from the newly constructed homes, man. And this shit is facts.
After watching this video, it's really funny and it's kind of sad how people are paying all these obscene prices, like over $700,000 in some cases, for these newly constructed, newly built homes, hoping that these homes would be, lasting longer than the older homes and somehow have better quality because of new technology, and supposedly they should be better built. And yet that's not the case at all. I mean, due to like greed and other things, you have these companies just cheaping out on certain materials, and you have flooring that need to be replaced after a week of moving in. And then you have other cases of people reporting that the supporting beams are not even put in right, which is definitely a huge hazard. I mean, the newly built homes are just lacking in quality, which is so infuriating because they're priced higher and higher by the year. So people and consumers and new home buyers really deserve better, especially when you consider some people move in with their family, they have kids and stuff, and they just cannot afford to be scammed like this and experience all these danger hazards, essentially. And yeah, just water, electric, just basic things, basic amenities and basic flooring, just the most basics that should work in any home that you sell, let alone a newly constructed home. And yet that's not the case. I mean, why is that? I think people are really, really upset about this, and who can blame them? I think rightfully so. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Thank you.